Okay, I'm here with Brendan Casey, CFO of Stout Roofing, and I'm super excited today because they've been, seems like multiple years, a sponsor of the 4th of July and certainly a long time business in the community. So I like to start off with like a zinger right in to get you right off balance so that we can get you settled in. But what's the craziest kind of roofing experience? Like, what did you find an old 1912 gold-plated something under a roof of an old guy or something crazy like that?
Nothing that exciting, but we've had some good experiences. We've had a lot of times you're tearing off an old house in Penguich, and then
Oh, okay.
got a whole, I don't know what you call it, just a ton of bats in the
Really?
yeah, and that's pretty interesting. Or you tear off a roof and then you come into a beehive, or
Oh, okay. So the fun stuff.
yeah, the fun stuff,
Bats and bees.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. All right. So again, I mentioned you've been a partner for the 4th of July. You guys are huge, not just with us, but all across the community in being involved in and being kind of that hometown local business. What's one of the main things that you keep, becoming a sponsor of the 4th of July? What is it that kind of draws you to that?
We just love to be a part of the community. We love to give back, and I basically grew up here. I moved here in 6th grade. My family's been here since the 90s, and so we just love St. George, and so it's great to be like, we've had great success in the community, and we love to give back.
Yeah, this is home, right?
Yeah, it's home, totally.
So so Stout's been in business how many years?
28 years.
Jeez.
Yeah, so this year's 28 years.
When it comes down to it, you want someone that knows what they're doing, knows how to handle the types of roofs and the bats and the bees and all the crazy stuff that you guys encounter. These are the guys. But okay, so we're super excited because this year is America 250. I know you know that, and I know it's something that's being talked about a lot. But what's kind of maybe the thing you love the most about America?
I just love the freedoms that we have. I love the opportunity. I love just the diversity.
Yeah.
There's just true blue American, red, white, and blue all the way.
Yeah. So. It's cool because, we work exclusively with small, medium-sized local businesses. And, we've worked with the chains that come in and out. But, I was talking to one of another businesses, and I said, isn't it crazy that you can have an idea, you can say, hey, I want to open business in St. George. I want to be a roofing company. I want to do this. I want to have a gold store. I want to buy a mine. We've had some crazy stories as we've talked with clients and sponsors. And yet not many places in the entire world can you do that, where you're like, hey, I want to start a business. I want to be able to live in the community that I grew up in or moved to at 6th grade and live there for my entire life and have a successful business. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And I think St. George is that's like the hub or like the best spot in the whole country to do that in.
It's like one of the fastest growing metros right now in America.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's cool. So, okay. I always love the trade industries because there's a lot of talk about AI and all these things. And I'm just like, you're always going to need someone that knows what the heck they're doing when it comes to your roof, because we've gotten these storms before that I've had one at my own house that I look up there suddenly and there's something dripping through and I'm like, oh my gosh. But I love these trades where people just don't know how skilled and how experienced that these businesses are. But what's one thing that maybe, people don't know about Stout?
One thing that people don't know
you
about
can give
Stout,
me more, but I'm like, usually there's that one thing that people just like don't even understand about what you guys really do.
Let's see here. That's a good question. The one thing that people don't know, well, so I am CFO. I went to school at Dixie and I have an accounting degree, but I am also a 3rd generation roofer. Yeah. So my dad was a roofer, his dad was a roofer, and I grew up the whole time in the trade doing everything. So now, I'm not on the roof all the time, but I know the roof just as well as anyone else. And the other thing is, like, our employees, a lot of the guys that we have, our core guys, they've been with us for ever since I was a kid.
Oh my God.
And so there's a lot of experience there, and they have I don't know, we had a lot of respect for those guys. And so now we even have a lot of their second generation moving up with us in our company, and a lot of them are even like into management positions and estimators and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I'm always really proud of that we kind of keep. I feel like we try to take care of our guys, and I think it shows that their families are joining with
so you
them.
got people coming up through, they're like, hey, I want to do what Dad did. Yeah, no, that's and again, we kind of have a similar philosophy as a company too, where it's hard to always say like, oh, we have a family, because at the end of the day, we're like, nothing's more important than your family, but we think of it more of like a team, and I kind of hear what you're saying. I go, yeah, that's cool. We hope that, there's something prideful about. We got somebody that's been with us for multiple decades. We got people. We put a wall out front, and it's like, we want people to stay here a long time. And I think what I hear you saying is, when you do a roof for somebody, you don't have the guy that's just, this is his second and third roof, or he's trying to make a go, or maybe this is going to be a career for him. What I hear you saying is, you got people who've been doing this for decades up on the roof to make sure that you don't have to deal with the leaks. You don't have to deal with the broken tiles or the issues that come by maybe not doing it right. Is that kind of what you're saying?
No, totally. Yeah. And along those same lines, we have all our own employees. There's actually a lot of new roofing companies that are basically just
subbing it out.
Yeah, subbing it out. They have their sales guy, and they're great at sales. They really don't know the roofing trade, and then they just sub out to whoever.
Yeah.
And
price usually, right? Like,
exactly.
Hey, we can get this super cheap, and then they sub it out. Or sometimes, what I've found is when people will sub out a lot, somebody has to get paid, right?
Yeah.
You're paying 3 people or 2 people instead of the one, like you would be. That's cool, man. Okay, so Big Finish. What's the favorite item on the 4th of July?
The favorite item on the 4th of July. It's just got to be like the old school barbecue, and like hanging out with the family, and then always like the fireworks.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Yeah, so. we love the fireworks. I'm kind of a watermelon guy. I kind of there's nothing better than a cold watermelon on like a 4th of July afternoon. But barbecue, come on.
But
I'll eat 2 or 3 more hot dogs than I should on a 4th of July. But
go fancy and get a bratwurst.
Well, look, Brandon, we're thrilled to have you guys as partners and sponsors again. Certainly a company that I know, you talk about patriotism, you talk about community oriented. Stout Roofing, these are the guys that it's not just a tagline, or it's not just something they say. These guys have been in the community for multiple decades, almost 3 decades.
Yep.
Doing roofs right here in St. George. So thank you for being a sponsor. We can't wait to have you on the 4th of July, and we're excited. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
All right, not so bad, right?
Not too bad.
You did great.